Hi, I'm Jeff Fix, Fairfield County Commissioner. As we think about the state of Fairfield County for this modified State of the County address, I want to talk for a few minutes about how Fairfield County matters. But before we do that, I wanted to recognize all the employees that make up our Fairfield County government. This year has been a challenge personally and professionally for all of us. The coronavirus pandemic has been a major disruption in all of our lives, but we as commissioners are immensely proud of how our collective county government has responded to the wide variety of challenges that this virus presents us. We should not take for granted the efforts that so many have made to continue to provide exemplary levels of service to all of our constituents. Thank you to all of our elected officials and their teams, all of our department heads and their teams, and to Dr. Carrie Brown. All of you are showing how Fairfield County can shine during these difficult times. So let's talk about why and how Fairfield County matters. You see, it's my impression that for generations, Fairfield County has been seen as that quiet little county just outside of Columbus that does what it's supposed to do and is seldom heard from. My assertion to all of you today is that this is no longer the case and that Fairfield County is taking a position of leadership in our state largely due to the work of everyone associated with our county government. For starters, Fairfield County is now the 20th largest of the 88 counties that make up Ohio. And in that group that are not major metropolitan areas, Fairfield County has assumed a leadership role in a wide variety of issues, programs, and in advocating for all counties across our state. Let me provide you with some examples. During the pandemic, many counties have struggled with what to do, how to do it, and how to manage their finances. The County Commissioner Association of Ohio, CCAO, works to help county governments across the state in a number of ways, one of which is how to manage their way through this pandemic. Consistently, the CCAO is using and distributing statewide materials and communications created here in Fairfield County by Dr. Brown and others. So it's our policies, our procedures, and our communications that are being used by counties throughout the state as they look to find help in dealing with the pandemic. Fairfield County matters. Many of you know that state and local governments have been involved in litigation with the pharmaceutical industry around the opiate epidemic. Last year, as the state was making a move to bully local governments into a settlement that was less than fair, it was our County Commissioner, Steve Davis, who stood up in a room full of lawyers, state leaders, and county commissioners from all across Ohio and said, "Wait, what if we approach it this way?" It was Steve Davis's voice of reason and leadership that changed the direction that this lawsuit will progress going forward in a way that is much more fair to local governments. More recently, Commissioner Davis has been asked to join a small task force of county commissioners who will be meeting with Lieutenant Governor Husted weekly to help map out a path for economic recovery for the state. His voice carries influence in this state and within our state government. Fairfield County matters. Commissioners Davis, Levesey, and I have established personal relationships with Governor DeWine, Lieutenant Governor Husted, Secretary of State LaRose, Attorney General Yost, Auditor Faber, Treasurer Sprague, and our state representative, Jeff Luray. These state leaders not only take our calls to talk about issues important to our county, they actually call to check in and see how they can be helpful on a regular basis. They are proactive in seeking our counsel on matters that impact all Ohioans. Collectively, we have influence with these state leaders, and having influence matters. Fairfield County matters. Our Job and Family Services Agency, led by Ani Cordell, is recognized as a leader in the state for the outstanding results we are achieving and the innovative approaches we are taking. Fairfield County is a leader in providing services for protective services, public assistance, workforce development, and child support. JFS has sought multiple grants, such as the one for Wendy's Wonderful Kids and the Ohio START program. Also at JFS, they led the effort to engage in teleworking during the pandemic. They even helped take calls for other counties across the state. These are just a few examples of how our JFS leads in the state of Ohio. And we can't talk about JFS without recognizing that our own Christy Burry was tapped by Governor DeWine to become the Director of Children's Services Transformation Effort at the State Department of Job and Family Services. Fairfield County matters. The Multi-County Major Crimes Unit, based in Lancaster and led by Commander Dennis Lowe, has been recognized across the state for its innovative techniques and outstanding results in breaking up drug and human trafficking rings. And Commander Lowe has testified for and has been helpful in crafting legislation at the Ohio State House. Project Fort, Fairfield County Overdose Response Team, is a program in which responders are able to intervene in overdose situations and immediately work with overdose victims on finding the help they need to make life changes. This program was created locally and is led by our Major Crimes Unit. It is recognized as groundbreaking and is another example of how Fairfield County is leading the state. Fairfield County matters. The Fairfield County Sheriff's Office, led for so many years by Sheriff Dave Phelan and soon to be under the steady hand of Chief Deputy Alex Lape, has not only been consistently recognized as the best dressed group in the state, I swear I'm not making that up, it's one of the few county jails in our state that up until this week had 0 inmates or deputies test positive for COVID-19. This week we had our first positive result, but the policies, procedures, and protocols that have been put in place by our Sheriff's Office have made our jail one of the safest in the state of Ohio. Fairfield County has received more than $1 million in grant money for the Targeting Community Alternatives to Prisoners TCAP program. While Project Fort tries to catch people on the front end, TCAP works with people on the back end of their time in jail. This helps people re-enter society in a successful manner. Lifting people up matters. Fairfield County matters. Fairfield County had the longest serving recorder in the state, Gene Wood. After 45 years, Gene recently retired, and we wish him well in that retirement, and we look forward to our new recorder, Lisa McKenzie, as she steps in. Lisa is already implementing some upgrades in technology that will ensure quick and accurate service to those visiting our recorder's office. Succession plans matter. Fairfield County matters. The Fairfield County Soil and Water Conservancy District, under the guidance of Nikki Drake, is a bit unique in our state, as they have to work in both dense urban areas in Pickerington and Violet Township and vast rural areas throughout the rest of the county. Those two distinct types of users have significantly different needs, and our district meets those varying needs successfully. They are well respected throughout the state for this diversity and the high level of service and expertise they provide. Fairfield County matters. Our Human Resources Department, led by Jeff Porter, is fairly unique in that it created the self-funded insurance program that has allowed all of us to participate in our high-end and health insurance that, unlike outside insurance programs, has seen only minor increases in cost for the past several years. It's this type of innovation that leads the state. Fairfield County matters. Our Fairfield County Auditor, John Slater, in addition to being a past president of the County Auditor Association of Ohio, leads a group that consistently wins awards for financial reporting. And while this might sound kind of ho-hum, I can tell you that only 5% of the several thousand governmental entities in our state receive this award. The fact that our county receives this recognition year in and year out is a big deal and makes us a leader in the state. In addition, our GIS office last year won a statewide award for innovative practices. Fairfield County matters. Our emergency management agency, led by Fairfield County's worst golfer, John Coaches, is recognized as a leader in the state. John is also a past president of the State EMA Association and is called upon by groups around the state to help when disaster occurs and to go serve across the country when a hurricane or tornado hits. John Coaches is a rising star, and because of that, Fairfield County matters. Brandon Meyer, our Fairfield County Clerk of Courts, is also a past president of his state association. We're in a unique position here in that our clerk's office is able to make financial contributions through the work of their title office that has significantly contributed to the construction of new facilities like the Record Center. Very few counties in the state are in a position to build like we do, and that is due to, in some part, to the way our title office is run. Finally, Brandon was recently tapped by Governor DeWine to serve on the Automated Title Processing Board, an honor for sure. Brandon's voice in this state matters. Fairfield County matters. Judge Terry Vandervoort, our probate and juvenile court judge, is seen as leading a cutting-edge court by the State Division of Youth Services. Judge Vandervoort's efforts to steer our youth in trouble into diversion programs that will get them on the right path, as opposed to simply putting them in juvenile detention, is making a difference in the lives of hundreds of people in Fairfield County. Judge Vandervoort and her administrator, Mike Orlando, are leading what will become a statewide and national transformation, the way we treat our youth. Getting kids on the right path matters. Fairfield County matters. We appreciate the partnership we have with municipal court judges Jim Fields and Dave Landefeld. They're implementing innovative practices and special dockets that meets the needs of people in Fairfield County. We also appreciate the leadership of Judge Laura Smith in seeking out grants to help with supervised visitation and education and awareness for domestic violence. Our Common Pleas Court, under Judges Trimmer and Behrens and Court Administrator Jill Boone, is participating with the Sheriff's Office in the TCAP program, is using technology to reduce expenses and to expedite court activity, and is one of only a few courts in the state of Ohio to receive a Supreme Court grant to better serve those who come to the court without representation. Their leadership and how people are treated in and out of the courts matters. Fairfield County matters. The Fairfield County Prosecutor, Kyle Witt, has led a tremendous transformation in his department on all levels. The Civil Division, in particular Josh Horacek, Amy Brown Thompson, and Tom Leininger, has shown innovation by providing legal services to non-county governmental entities like the Parks District, the airport, and regional planning. Our county government's partnership with the prosecutor's office allows us to manage uncertainty during uncertain times, and this is really rare throughout the state and greatly appreciated by the commissioners. Working shoulder to shoulder to solve problems matters. Fairfield County matters. Our Utilities Department, led by Tony Vogel, is unique in the state of Ohio in that they are job sharing with the Facilities Department and have recently absorbed the Greenfield Water and Sewer District, providing service to our constituents in the most cost-effective and efficient ways possible. Saving taxpayer money matters. Fairfield County matters. With our County Engineer's Office, we're consistently seeking ways to effectively maintain our roads and bridges. Jeremiah Upp and his staff are exceptionally skilled at working with state and federal partners. They obtain millions of dollars of grants for projects in Fairfield County as we maintain more than 361 miles of road and over 342 bridges. Jeremiah has been his association's president recently as well and is consulted with by our state legislatures often for his expertise. Expertise matters. Fairfield County matters. John Pekar, the superintendent of Fairfield County Developmental Disabilities, has more than 40 years of experience and is recognized statewide as a leader in the field. Art and Clay on Main is a terrific example of thinking outside the box, providing DD students with an opportunity to have a job, learn a skill, and contribute to society. Because John and all the dedicated and passionate staff at DD and their innovative leadership in working with the developmentally disabled, Fairfield County's Board of Developmental Disabilities is a leader in Ohio. Setting a great example matters. Fairfield County matters. Commissioner Davis is particularly proud of the Fairfield County Dog Shelter, as he should be. He was instrumental in getting it on the path from being one of the worst in the state to the point where it is today. It was recently recognized by its state association as the best dog shelter in the state of Ohio. Congratulations to former Director Todd McCullough, now in Human Resources, and to his former right hand and now successor, Aaron Frost, on this achievement, as well as the national recognition from the National Association of County Commissioners in 2019 for their amazing turnaround. Being the best at what you do matters. Fairfield County matters. A similar, though perhaps less recognized turnaround has occurred in our economic and workforce development area, led by Rick Zabrak. On the economic development side, Rick and his team were one of 5 statewide recipients of a $900,000 revolving loan fund grant. This infusion of significant cash into the RLF fund will allow our economic development team to offer assistance to a number of new and growing businesses throughout our county, and the fact that we are one of 5 recipients in the state shows that we're doing it right, and doing it right matters. Fairfield County matters. In the area of workforce development, Fairfield County is seen as an innovative leader. For some time now, we've been working with Ohio University and Hot King Technical College to create a partnership that will see our new Workforce Development Center be the first of its kind in the state of Ohio. This Workforce Development Center will push the development of skilled trades that will make Fairfield County attractive to those who can provide not just jobs, but solid careers to those that live here. Our first class in this new center, a class on HVAC, begins October 5th. Thank you to all those who have worked so hard to make our Workforce Development Center come to fruition. In 2019, Rick Zabrak was recognized by our Education Service Center for his work on career readiness. And in a recent conversation with the leadership from the Building Industry Association, another potential partner in the Workforce Development Center, we had a discussion about our career readiness program in which our workforce development team reaches out to area high schools to work with students who are not going to college and have not participated in a trade program to get them on a path that will lead them into a skilled trade. The BIA was extremely complimentary of this program and suggested that our counties would be wise to follow Fairfield County's example here. Creating jobs matters. Fairfield County matters. Thank you for hanging with me thus far. I promise this won't take much longer. I mentioned earlier the number of new facilities that we've built here over the past 5 years. Under the leadership of Dennis Keller, facilities manager, Fairfield County built an incredible new jail, constructed an amazing new record center, completely remodeled what is now the real estate office for the auditor, built the attached parking lot, and completely overhauled what we now call the Facilities and Emergency Management Center on Baldwin Drive, making a new home for our Emergency Management Agency, Facilities, Corner, and Major Crimes Unit. Making all of this happen financially is a significant feat Brandon Meyer, as well as Commissioners Levesey and Davis and Dr. Brown, are to be commended for sourcing the finances to accomplish all of this. Doing all of that building, all of it on time and under budget, is simply amazing, and the credit for that goes to Dennis Keller. No other county our size in the state of Ohio has been able to build this much in this shorter time with such incredible results. Fairfield County matters. Our Education Service Center, under the direction of Dr. Marie Ward, has gone from being average 10 years ago to holding a position of leadership in Ohio. School districts from around the country contract with our Fairfield County ESC for programs and services that they can't get locally or within their state. Dr. Ward and her team are seen as cutting-edge leaders in the field of education, and that matters. Fairfield County matters. Our County Treasurer, Jim Bonson, and Senior Chief Deputy and Land Bank Director, Michael Caper, are setting an example for counties around our state to follow when it comes to creating and administrating a land bank for a county our size. Our land bank is unique in that we've created a mini grant program that's been used to help local governmental entities and nonprofit organizations like Violet Township and Habitat for Humanity do what they do even better. Being flexible and creative matters. Fairfield County matters. Thank you all for bearing with me as I brag a bit about our Fairfield County government. Till now, I've given you pretty much my and others' opinions about how our county is taking a leadership position in the state. Now let me give you some facts. Each year, the National Association of County Commissioners recognizes counties from all across these United States with a variety of awards for a job well done. In 2019, Fairfield County won 3 awards, one of several in the state to do so. In 2020, Fairfield County was again recognized 3 times by NACO. Fairfield County and Montgomery County were the only 2 counties in the state to be honored with multiple awards in back-to-back years. Fairfield County matters. So what does all of this mean, and why does it matter? All of this means that Fairfield County has significant influence with our state government. All of the things that I've mentioned here today provide us, collectively, with a bit of influence. Combined, all of our department heads and elected officials, and we as county commissioners, all of us and all of this great work combined, this means that when we talk at the state level, people of great influence are listening. They care what we have to say, and they respond to what we ask for. And all of that matters because the county government is the local extension of the state government. So we are really good at all the things we do, and we can help set the direction of the state government while at the same time helping as many other counties as possible. To me, that's what serving the public is all about. Being the best you can be, helping others be the best they can be, and having influence over the direction you're all collectively going. Fairfield County is achieving all of that, and this makes a positive difference for the people in Fairfield County. Influence matters. Counties matter. Fairfield County matters. Thank you.